A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. This story happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It is already over. Nothing can be done to change it. It is a story of love and loss, brotherhood and betrayal, courage and sacrifice and the death of dreams. It is a story of the blurred line between our best and our worst. It is the story of the end of an age. A strange thing about stories. Though this all happened so long ago and so far away that words cannot describe the time or the distance, it is also happening right now, right here. It is happening as you listen to these words. This is how 25 millennia come to a close. Corruption and treachery have crushed 1,000 years of peace. This is not just the end of a republic. Night is falling on civilization itself. This is the twilight of the Jedi. The end starts now. The dark is generous. Its first gift is concealment. Our true faces lie in the dark beneath our skins. Our true hearts remain shadowed deeper still. But the greatest concealment lies not in protecting our secret truths, but in hiding from us the truths of others. The dark protects us from what we dare not know. Its second gift is comforting illusion, the ease of gentle dreams in night's embrace, the beauty that imagination brings to what would repel in day's harsh light. But the greatest of its comforts is the illusion that the dark is temporary, that every night brings a new day, because it is day that is temporary. Day is the illusion. Its third gift is the light itself. As days are defined by the nights that divide them, as stars are defined by the infinite black through which they wheel, the dark embraces the light and brings it forth from the center of its own self. With each victory of the light, it is the dark that wins.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Code of the Sith.
I fight because that is what I was made to do, and the Empire is the instrument through which I realize my purpose. The Empire is war made manifest. That is why it is perfect.
She shook her head.
Perfect? Millions die in its wars. Billions.
Beings die in war. That is the price that must be paid.
She stared at a group of children following an adult, perhaps a teacher.
The price for what? Why constant war? Why constant expansion? What is it the Empire wants? What is it you want?
Behind his respirator, he smiled as he might when entertaining the questions of a precocious child.
Want is not the point. I serve the Force. The Force is conflict. The Empire is conflict. The two are congruent.
You speak as if it were mathematics.
It is.
The Jedi do not think so.
He fought down a flash of anger.
The Jedi understand the Force only partially. Some of them are even powerful in its use. But they fail to comprehend the fundamental nature of the Force, that it is conflict. That a light side and a dark side exist is proof of this.
A tremor took hold of the planet. Sprung from death, it unleashed itself in a powerful wave, at once burrowing deep into the world's core and radiating through its saccharine atmosphere to shake the stars themselves. At the quake's epicenter stood Sidious, One elegant hand vised on the burnished sill of an expansive translucency. A vessel filled suddenly to bursting, the force so strong within him that he feared he might disappear into it, never to return. But the moment didn't constitute an ending so much as a true beginning, long overdue. It was less a transformation than an intensification, a gravitic shift. A welter of voices, near and far, present and from eons past, drowned his thoughts. Raised in praise, the voices proclaimed his reign and cheered the inauguration of a new order. Yellow eyes lifted to the night sky. He saw the trembling stars flare, and in the depth of his being, he felt the power of the dark side anoint him.
All those who gain power are afraid to lose it. The Jedi use their power for good, Anakin said, a little too firmly. Good is a point of view, Anakin, and the Jedi concept of good is not the only valid one. Take your Dark Lords of the Sith, for example. From my reading, I have gathered that the Sith believed in justice and security every bit as much as the Jedi. Jedi believe in justice and peace. In these troubled times, is there a difference? Palpatine asked mildly. The Jedi have not done a stellar job of bringing peace to the galaxy, you must agree. Who's to say the Sith might not have done better? This is another of those arguments you probably shouldn't bring up in front of the Council, if you know what I mean. Anakin replied with a disbelieving smile. Oh, yes. Because the Sith would be a threat to the Jedi Order's power. Lesson 1. Anakin shook his head. Because the Sith are evil. From a Jedi's point of view, Palpatine allowed, evil is a label we all put on those who threaten us, isn't it? Yet the Sith and the Jedi are similar in almost every way, including their quest for greater power. The Jedi's quest is for greater understanding, Anakin countered, for greater knowledge of the Force, which brings with it greater power, does it not? Well, yes. Anakin had to laugh. I should know better than to argue with a politician. We're not arguing, Anakin. We're just talking. Palpatine shifted his weight, settling in comfortably. Perhaps the real difference between the Jedi and the Sith lies only in their orientation. A Jedi gains power through understanding, and a Sith gains understanding through power. This is the true reason the Sith have always been more powerful than the Jedi. The Jedi fear the dark side so much, they cut themselves off from the most important aspect of life, passion, of any kind. They don't even allow themselves to love. Except for me, Anakin thought. But then, I've never been exactly the perfect Jedi. The Sith do not fear the dark side. The Sith have no fear. They embrace the whole spectrum of experience, from the heights of transcendent joy to the depths of hatred and despair. If you are not with me, you are against me. Only Sith deal in absolutes, Anakin. The truth is never black and white. He rose, spreading empty hands. Let me take Padme to a med center. She's hurt, Anakin. She needs medical attention. She stays. Anakin, you don't get to take her anywhere. You don't get to touch her. She's mine, do you understand? It's your fault, all of it. You made her betray me.
The dark side weighing down on him. The Emperor was trying to crush his will, to dominate and enslave his mind as he had before. This time, however, Revan was ready. Instead of charging forward, he opened himself up to the Force, letting both the light and the dark side flow through him like twin rushing rivers. But instead of focusing or channeling the Force, he released it in its purest form.
I was,
Yoda said,
too rigid, too arrogant to see that the old way is not the only way. These Jedi, I trained to become the Jedi who had trained me long centuries ago. But those ancient Jedi, of a different time they were. Changed has the galaxy. Change the order did not, because let it change, I did not.
More easily said than done, my friend.
An infinite mystery is the Force.
Yoda lifted his head and turned his gaze out into the Wheel of Stars.
Much to learn there still is.
And you will have time to learn it.
Infinite knowledge.
Yoda shook his head.
Infinite time does that require?
With my help, you can learn to join with the Force, yet retain consciousness. You can join your light to it forever. Perhaps in time, even your physical self. Yoda did not move.
Eternal life.
The ultimate goal of the Sith, yet they can never achieve it. It comes only by the release of self, not the exaltation of self. It comes through compassion, not greed. Love is the answer to the darkness.
Become one with the Force, yet influence still to have.
Yoda mused.
A power greater than all